So the beauty of having a YouTube channel is for some events you can get in early. Like I'm here at the second day of Maker Faire in the Bay Area, and I'm gonna have a couple of interviews with a couple of the vendors, and we'll see how things pan out. And apparently there's some sort of eclipse going on right now, but can't see it through the clouds. And one of the first things I saw were the people from Steamy Tech. They make some really nifty gadgets. They're all laser cut, lots of gears. Okay, so here we have some 3D printed clocks. These are from stevesclocks.com, and they are very cool. He doesn't really sell the clocks, he sells the plans for the clocks so you can make them yourself. 3D printed clocks are really cool because he uses this multicolor filament, but he's wanting to branch into wood. And what kind of wood is this? Mahogany?
This is cherry.
Cherry, nice. Here we have some cool digital clocks.
Yeah.
Guys made some Nixie tubes.
We're here at Jinkspot 3D Printing, where 3D printing is a service business. We're located in Mountain View, California, and we are here to make 3D printing friendly. We want to make it accessible, and we want to make sure that you have a really good experience with 3D printing. We're here to make it friendly, we're here to make it open, so if you have a 3D print and you don't have a printer, maybe you do and it's on the fritz, come to us. We're happy to talk to you about 3D printing, happy to print your file for you. We have local pickups and we do shipping all over the world.
And how do we contact you?
Our contact information, jinkspot.com, easy to remember, info@jinkspot.com, or our phone number is 669-444-0535.
All right.
Hi, I'm Alder. I'm with Item Farm. Behind us you see our orchard manufacturing unit. The orchard is a 3D printing system built for retail, schools, museums, any place where it's a public environment where you want to make a lot of things quickly. Let's see, so what you see on our machine right now is all 3D printing modules. This weekend is very exciting. We're launching our plastic recycling module. So you'll be able to plug a plastic bottle into the orchard and have it turn it into filament. As a company, we're trying to make 3D printing something you see in every town, every school.
How many printers are on this gadget?
So the orchard is very special. So the orchard has actually 56 motors being controlled by one board, and what you see is essentially these four motors being converted into kind of like a 3D printer-esque configuration. So by controlling those four motors, controlling the X, the Y, the Z, and the E, then you can have 3D prints being made. So just with G-code, just like anything else, except that this has 14 build areas instead of just the one.
So here we have the new Concepts fret saws. These are the highest end fret saws I've ever seen.
Best on the planet.
Best I've ever seen. And look at this beast. This thing must have how deep is that? 2 feet?
That's 2 feet. And the blade clamp spins, so you can cut forward, backward, sideways, whatever.
Wow. This thing is a work of art. So what's your name?
I'm Brian Meek.
And
Concepts.
Is this your company?
It is.
Okay, awesome.
My buddy Lee Marshall started it. I signed up. He and I knew each other years ago. I signed on for a couple of weeks to help him as a machinist while I was job hunting, and now it's 15 years later and I own the company. Anyway, so what this is a powered jeweler saw. It looks like a bandsaw, it's not, it's a reciprocator. And it'll go that slow if you want it to, or you can speed it way up. The big thing about it is it's intended as a powered jeweler saw for people, who've blown up their wrists or would prefer not to blow up their wrists. We sell a lot of them to jewelers who, after years and years, just can't do it anymore.
Sure.
Oh yes, so we're the Stanford Student Space Initiative. We're Stanford's largest engineering club. We do all kinds of space-related projects with everything from high-powered rockets to designing and sending CubeSats into orbit, to
Mars rovers.
Yes, to rovers, to experiments we've sent to the International Space Station, yeah, we have about 300 active members. And
Is that a satellite?
oh yes,
Yeah, this is a
absolutely.
1U CubeSat, so this is our old sapling design, and right now we're currently developing a 2U CubeSat called Samwise, which is going to be about twice the size of this. But for our next generation, what we're doing is we have a Raspberry Pi and a Raspberry Pi camera kind of like this, mounted in the bottom, and it's going to be an imaging satellite.
Is there a gyro in there?
Gyro?
Yeah.
There's magnetorquers in this one. The next gen is going to have reaction wheels as well.
Tell us who you are.
I'm Carrie Sundra. I have a small company called Alpenglow Industries, and we make all sorts of fun kits to just get you excited and playing with electronics.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So show us some of what you got.
So we have through-hole kits, which are great for beginning, for just learning how to solder. And, you know, we have fun little cloud weather guys, and we have fun little badges that show you some voting pride, kind of like the sticker there. And then we have surface mount kits if you already know how to solder and you want to have a little bit more of a challenge and up your skills. And so you can solder these small little LEDs, and we also have a bunch of components on the back. So it gets you some really good practice that is actually useful for a variety of things, and there are plenty of jobs out there that involve surface mount soldering.
Tell us about this gadget sticking out the top of every one of these.
Oh, these are little boards that we made after we made all these soldering kits. We needed a way to display them, and we didn't want to run through a million coin cell batteries, so it's basically a little coin cell battery emulator. Normally a CR2032 would fit in this spot. It would just slide right in, but in this case we have this board that is powered by USB going in. It drops the 5 volts from USB down to 3 volts, and then also allows you to daisy chain power to a bunch of different displays. And we do sell that little board too, in case you are a badge collector and you need a way to power your badges.
Okay, so what's this thing?
This is awesome. This is made by our friend Emma. She has a business called Learn to Solder Kits out of Sacramento. And she makes these 3 kits here. This one is called the Jitterbug, and you solder together your own little bug. It uses a vibrator motor, which is like right there. And when you put them on a smooth surface, they kind of dance around.
Oh, cool. How do we contact Emma?
Emma, Learn to Solder Kits. She's on Instagram.
And how do we contact you?
alpenglowindustries.com. We're at alpenglowInd on Instagram, and yeah, you can just buy our kits just straight from our website.
And there's always some cool art here at Maker Faire. Now here we have a little railroad track that I saw them building yesterday, and it looks like they got it done. Nicely made. Brand new hardware there. And they're going to be using a hand car there to give people rides. This here is a steam-powered horseless carriage, and the boiler's missing out of it. It goes right there. But there's the steam engine that runs it, 2-cylinder. You steer it with this tiller. It's even got suspension. So this here is the master for the wheels on that hand car that they cast themselves. That is pretty cool stuff. So one of the things you can do here at Maker Faire is learn to solder, or as my Aussie or British friends might say, solder. And let's not forget, Maker Faire is brought to us by Make Magazine, which is a great resource. So here's something called electroforming. That's a real pine cone that's coated in, what is that, bronze, copper? Copper. Golf ball.
I'm Stephen Mossbrucker. I'm the CEO, owner, operator of the Green Engineers. We focus on plastic recycling for 3D printing and maker education. So I teach Fusion, 360 courses, and 3D printing courses. And I focus also on recycling plastic to turn it into filament. So for example, here I have some high-density polyethylene that's made out of, this is recycled plastic, or you can make it out of shredded plastic.
Tell us who you are.
Hi there, I'm Eliza. I'm the founder of Eliza Dolls. They're dolls that teach girls how to code. You use Scratch block style programming that gets into the doll via Bluetooth. And we're just trying to get girls from an early age through toys they want to play with, coding and using hardware. And we're launching on Kickstarter later this year.
And you're, the way I understand it, you're looking for a manufacturer for this.
We are.
Okay.
Yes, we are. If you know anybody, please let me know.
And investors.
And investors,
And 3D
always.
modeling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do we contact you?
Go to our website, elizadolls.com, spelled E-L-I-Z-A, dolls, D-O-L-L-S.com, and there's all the info on there.
Okay. What's your name?
My name is Craig Newsmeyer. I live in Oakland, California, and I make these drawing machines for science museums and such. Very easy to figure out. Not enough adjustments to make it interesting.
Okay, now what would you like
Like
to do?
a 2-minute experience.
What do you call it?
It's called a Wondergraph.
Okay.
It's based on old ideas, based on the
This-
Houdini magic designer.
Oh.
Got it?
An article from Mechanics Illustrated. They have a collection of books called Boy Mechanic, which is no, so it should be
Go around the outside.
Kids Mechanic,
Okay.
but that was 1913.
Do you sell these?
I do, yes.
And how do we contact you if we want one?
Well, it's resonancestudio.com is our
Will these QR codes take you to the place?
This will take it. This is the VR code, the V code. What do you call it? V card.
Okay. Now this thing here is pretty slick. This is the first one I've seen in person. This is a 3D printer, but this platen is a belt. So you can print something as long as you want. Your only restriction is the width and the height. So this is the kind of thing that could make. It's a nifty little gadget. Tell us who you are.
We are Bike Builders of Berkeley. We're a student club at UC Berkeley. We design and build bike frames from scratch. This is our first mountain bike. We call it CC1 for cracked carbon. We CNC cut the whole foam after designing it in CAD and then did a wet layup by hand. We machined all of the metal parts, so we have stainless steel, we have steel, and then we have titanium inserts to prevent galvanic corrosion. And we also have aluminum bearing inserts that are epoxied in place and hold our bearings. We also have a steel rear triangle and machine dropouts that fit the UD8 standard.
Did you guys make those?
We did. We designed this from scratch, and Zach designed it, and we CNC cut it. No, we manually. We water jet cut it, and then manually mill the side panel.
Excellent work. And here we have a Dalek. And here we have a rendition of the Precious Plastics injection molding machine. And this is just some of what it can do.
So these molds I got from a guy who used to come to the Maker Faire, I think called LNS Technology.
They're aluminum, right?
Yeah, these are aluminum, and so they obviously cool a lot quicker than the steel.
That's a really good rendition of Makey.
And this is actually, and I'm glad you're saying that, but I have even better ones that don't have dimples. But some people like dimples.
Yeah.
Well, hey, all right, well, welcome. Who are you guys with?
Wildman Technology and Fabrication.
Beautiful. Well, hey, everybody over there from
Sacramento.
From Sacramento, okay. So I'm Jeff. I'm with the airplane simulator today. Basically what we're doing over here, this is a fully functional, ready-to-fly airplane that I do fly and have a lot of fun with. But the point is I want to be able to inspire the kids, because if the kids want to see an airplane, they can't get through the fence at the airport. So I figured I'll bring the plane to them. Bring the plane to them, let them touch it, poke it, play with it, and then get inside of it and try to fly it. So that's the goal. This year we put haptic feedback in it, so we have AI running on the software, running on some Adrenos, and if they crash, it does all kinds of unique things like vibrations, water splashing in your face if you have a water landing, all that other stuff. Got smoke generator. It's all safe and safe for the kids, but it lets them feel like they're more involved in it. When they throttle up, the fan blows a little harder. That's all software doing that. So it's been a lot of fun building this for everybody. So this is now the 4th year at the Makers Faire, and we're having a blast. We'll probably be back again next year if all things go, and the Makers Makers Faire comes again, so come on out and join us next year. Probably be in October again next year from what I hear. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Everything else over here is just other little knickknacks and little projects that my team and I have built to do weird things. You can see the flying, and then you can actually get this and this in the same picture.
Oh yeah. Looks like he's coming in for a lefty.
Yep. So my tech over here is trying to coach him in, but it looks like he might overshoot.
You're so close. Now go back a little.
He's gonna overshoot. He's gonna overshoot. He's gonna get splashed. So what's gonna see is that it's actually gonna, when he hits the water, it's gonna actually show a crash. Try to stop. Turn now. Turn. Turn. Or you're gonna hit the water. Turn. Oh no. Oh, he crashed. Oh no. Oh no.
And there's some more interesting art. You want to show us how this thing works?
Totally, yeah.
So it's like a nibbler. Cool. Here we've got a beautiful homemade V8 engine. I heard it run yesterday. I don't know where the guy is right now though. Beautiful kitten engine. Very cool stuff. That's interesting. Here are steam engines that are running off compressed air. And such craftsmanship. One thing about Maker Faire, you always find somebody playing fire. Here we have a bunch of R2-D2 and other robots. Very old direct disc recording machine. There's another.
Stored record lathe here.
Now this thing here is called Make Do, and it's some tools for children to work with cardboard. One thing's pretty slick. These screws will join two pieces of cardboard. This thing here's a cutter, and I tried to interview them, and they just did not want to talk to you folks. So friends, that was most of Maker Faire for 2023. Sorry it took me a couple of weeks to put it all together. I apologize about the sound quality too, because I was just using my point and shoot camera, and the audio quality on that isn't what it used to be. Anyway, there were other exhibitions that I didn't focus on, like the Mentos and Diet Coke show. I just didn't feel like being showered with Diet Coke. And there were a lot of other interesting exhibitions that I didn't see, because I only stayed there from Friday afternoon through Saturday afternoon. So that's all for this time. I'm happy to answer any questions in the doobly-doo below, so please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Click up here to see my last video, click over here to see something of mine that YouTube thinks you'll like, and have a good one.